What is good, YouTube? Thank you guys for tuning in to another review. This is not your average sneakerhead, Tony Ramsey, and today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. Now, before we get into the review of this here sneaker, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Recently did a giveaway for reaching 1,000 subs. We're actually way past that point. We're really close to 2,000 subs. So we'll be doing a reveal of who wins that giveaway coming up here in the next few days. So stay tuned for that. Also, please consider leaving this video a like, as it does help YouTube channels grow. And if you are watching and not yet a subscriber, now would be a good time to join the Not Your Average Sneakerhead family. The goal for this year has been 5,000 subs, but I think that we can definitely get well past that. And I do plan to do a much bigger giveaway once we hit that 5,000 sub point. So right now would be a good time to join the Not Your Average Sneakerhead family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get some details about this sneaker. So the Air Jordan 4 in the Taupe Haze colorway released on Saturday, February 27th. These did have a retail price of $200, and they were released nationwide, but they were somewhat limited, so they weren't an easy grab at all. I was able to grab my pair from my local Foot Locker using the Flex app. And I will say that hitting a pair like this on the Flex app not only comes down to how many points you guys have in your Flex account, but also the stock and allotment of your local Foot Lockers and Finish Lines, Foot Actions, things like that. Now here in Ohio, I do have a pretty good number of foot sites in my area, so that's probably why I was able to grab a pair of these in store. Also, I've heard a lot of people calling these the Taupe Haze 4s, the Taupe Haze 4s. The word is taupe. Taupe is a color. I'll leave a little card about what that color looks like right up here. Before we get into the details about the sneaker itself, let's go ahead and get a look at the box. So these do come in a taupe colored box that does have some of that cement print on the top of it. You have the black flight text with the infrared Jumpman there in the middle. No other branding around the box besides the label, and the entire box is done in that cement print as well, so really nice touch there. Then you have your sizing label, which reads Air Jordan 4 Retro. Official colorway is Taupe Haze and Infrared 23. Retail price of $200, and I did get these in an 8.5, my true size. You guys see the label right there on the box. Standard flip top box, all infrared on the inside. There is no stamps or stickers on the top of my box right here. You do have some of that cement paper on the inside as well. And they also do have the green YDM sticker there in the back of the box. Then you got the sneakers themselves. Let's take a look at this sneaker. You guys can see the entire upper of the sneaker is done in that Taupe Haze color, so pretty simple colorway, but they do have some different textures on the sneaker itself. So we'll start here at the toe box and the toe cap. You guys can see this is probably like the most controversial or the most questionable thing about the sneaker is the material used on the toe box and on some other parts of the sneaker, where you do have this cracked like leather look on there. It's actually kind of smoothish and it will rub off with wear, and that is done in that taupe color. But what I do know is that once that layer peels off, there is a lighter tan color suede right underneath this layer right here. So keep that in mind in case that's something that did throw you guys off. You can actually remove that top layer. Then we'll look at the vamp right here in top of the toe box. That is all done in that taupe colored brown suede. That is a pretty long haired suede. You got some really close up shots there. You guys can see like the texture of the suede. It does move a little bit when you rub it on your finger. So very soft materials on the sneaker all around, besides that cracked leather upper. And moving on to the lateral side, you guys can see there you do have that panel of that cracked leather that still wraps around. You do have some more of that suede that wraps around the lateral side as well. Taupe Haze colored netting right above the black mesh right there, standard for Jordan 4s. And you do have your wing lacing system right up here that is done in some black plastic, and you do have the little black wings right there as well. That is all part of the Jordan 4 lacing system, and that does help tighten the sneaker around your ankle if in case you did want to play basketball in Jordan 4s in this day and age. I don't know why you would, it's 2021, but in case you did, that's what that's there for. Then we'll move on to the ankle collar right up around here, and that is also done in that cracked leather material, and as I mentioned, that does peel off and does reveal a lighter color suede right underneath it. Then on the rear of the sneaker, you do have a taupe Jumpman right there in the middle of this black plastic tab right here. This tab can cut into your Achilles, so if you do want to rock these with some shorts, I would recommend wearing some mid or some some calf length socks to keep these from cutting into your Achilles. I definitely would not wear these with ankle socks. Then on the back you have a seam right here where the two suede panels from both the lateral and medial side meet together. There you guys have a pretty good shot of the medial side. So same thing as the lateral side, Taupe Haze colored suede panels, and you do have your lacing system right up here. Plastic netting done in that taupe color with the black mesh right underneath it. Then we'll move on to the tongue of the sneaker, which is also done in that same taupe colored netting system with the mesh underneath it that's black. They do have black shoelaces, and that goes all the way up here to the top of the tongue. So we'll get these loosened up a little bit so we can show you guys a look at the tongue. So there you guys have the tongue. The tongue also does have some more of that cracked material. As I mentioned, that does peel off and reveal a suede underneath. And you do have a infrared Jumpman on the tongue with the flight black text as well. It's the same text that's on the top of the box. Really nice touch there, really nice detail. Then on the back of the tongue, that is all done in infrared. You have the upside down Air Jordan label right there. And these do flip down in case you didn't want to rock them like that. That's how they were rocked back in the 80s when the Air Jordan 4 were first released. It was also made popular with the Union 4s from last year. Give people a little bit of a look at how things used to be rocked way back in the day. Now look at the midsole. The midsole does have a black cup sole part right here that wraps up. Then you do have your, I want to say that's a foam midsole. It's not the softest midsole, but not bad. That is done like in a sail color. Then your air bubble, you do have some taupe pillars inside of your air bubble, so it is pretty clear of an air bubble. Then on the outsole, standard black outsole with some herringbone traction. You do have a hit of infrared right there at the tip. Then you also do have a infrared Jumpman dead in the middle of this white panel right there. One last detail to look at is the insole. The insole of these do not come out. They are glued down pretty good. You can pull it out if you want to, but I won't be pulling mine out. You guys can see the insole there is in an infrared color with a black Jumpman on top of it. And you also do have a black sock liner all around the inside of the sneaker. Something else that I noticed about this taupe colorway that Jordan Brand has used on the sneaker, they've been using a lot of brown and earth tone types of colors. So for instance, we use the Air Jordan 14 clot that released earlier in February. You guys can see these are almost the exact same color. Even though this one was called Sepia Stone in color, this one's called Taupe Haze. They're almost like identical in color. So not sure if I need to keep both of these in my collection, but just keep that in mind that Jordan Brand is really milking this these earth tones early in the year, especially with these be a call out or a callback to the Travis Scott Jordan 4 Friends and Family. They do look really close to that like this, but once you pull off that top layer of that cracked leather, they look completely different. So keep that in mind as well. And that's pretty much it for the details about the sneaker. So let's talk about sizing for the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. For me, in Jordan 4s, I always go true to size. I think Jordan 4s are probably one of the Jordans that actually do run very true to size. I do have narrow feet. I wear an 8.5. I always go with an 8.5 in Jordan 4s. And some other Jordan models, I can go down a half size, but in Jordan 4s, depending on whether you have wide or narrow with feet, I would always recommend going true to size. Last but not least, let's talk about the resale value for this sneaker. Now, these had a ton of hype about them before the release because they do resemble the Air Jordan 4 Travis Scott Friends and Family pair that's also in brown. While this does look a little bit different, they are close enough that people were always comparing this to that sneaker, and I think that created a ton of hype about the sneaker before it released. And that's why you're going to see this sneaker going for over 300 bucks right around release date. As I mentioned, these released over the weekend, and they're already going for well over 300 bucks. And a sneaker that has that much hype and that high of a resale value already, I think will only always go up in value. So if you did not hit a pair of these on release date and are very interested in picking a pair of these up, what I would recommend doing is waiting just a little bit after release date. So give about a week or so, you're gonna see prices release probably dip right around the high 200s. That'd be a good time to actually pick a pair of these up if you really didn't want them. I would not wait too long because a sneaker like this definitely will start going up over time. What you're gonna see happen is a ton of resellers are gonna grab up all these pairs when they go down around like the 280, 290 port. And they're gonna start charging you guys 350, 400 bucks for this sneaker, if not more. So, and Jordan 4s have always been really hot over the last year or so. So if you did want to grab this sneaker, don't buy them right now because they're still around the 320, 330 mark. Just wait till they go around like the high 200s and pull the trigger at that time. But that's gonna do it for most of the major details about the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. Let's go ahead and get these both loosened up, get them on feet, and show you guys exactly how they look. that's going to do it for my review of the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. So let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this sneaker. Were you able to hit on a pair of these? If you did hit, do you plan to keep them? Do you plan to flip them? And if you did not hit a pair of these, do you plan to still go back and pick these up? As I mentioned, really clean sneaker. I wasn't too high on these before I got them in hand because I thought this material looked a little bit weird, but actually seeing them in hand and knowing how soft this is, this will actually peel off over time, so it doesn't bother me quite as much anymore. And this taupe color, while it is earth tone and pretty bland, you can probably pull off a lot of dope outfits with a sneaker like this, and Jordan 4s are a classic silhouette. So for me, I'm probably going to keep this, but I need to decide if I'm going to keep this one or the Air Jordan 14 Clout, whichever one I want to keep in the collection, because I really don't need both for the color, but we'll see what happens over time. But definitely interested to hear what you guys think, and if you guys plan to keep these, if you did pick them up, and if you didn't pick them up, do you guys plan to go back and pick these up? Leave me a comment and let me know down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned, we are on the road to 5,000 subs. Really do appreciate you guys all joining the family, and look forward to bringing you guys more reviews and more content as the channel continues to grow. That's going to do it for my review of the Air Jordan 4 Taupe Haze. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is not your average sneakerhead, Tony Ramsey. I'll catch you guys on my next review. Peace.